So then, here are some screenshots from the prototype. And this is the start, saying that this app will help you to find housing solutions with the best possible accessibility, and then you can continue. And then you get some questions about your functional capacity, and there are 14 of those, and you answer yes or no. And this is an example. Do you have difficulty grasping and or performing well-balanced movements in one or both hands, such as fastening buttons or tremor in the hands that causes problems? And when this is done, then we have what we call a functional profile of that individual. And we should keep in mind that this is self-rated. Then the main menu is here that you can make two choices. Either you want to have a list of the possible environmental barriers in your current dwelling that could cause you problems given your functional profile. And here you then get this kind of list. Here it says indoor in the kitchen and laundry room. Well, given your functional profile, if you have wall-mounted cupboards and shelves that are placed high, that might be problematic for you. And you can click and you can get some pictures to see what we mean with that. And you can also yourself rate, is this a problem or not? And there is also a link that you can click on and go and get some information on how you can apply for a housing adaptation grant. But then if you go back to the main menu and you want to search for a new apartment instead, because maybe I'm considering moving, so I need to move to the best possible apartment. So I search for a new apartment that match my functional abilities. And here you get a list, and now we have, this is Swedish, so you have Swedish addresses here, gatan, that means street. So they are then in falling rank from the first one that matches your abilities to 79%. And you have some other basic information. You can click and you can look at the map and see where those apartments are located. You can go on further and click on that apartment that you are interested in, and you get to know details. Like here we clicked on indoor supplementary housing facilities. You then get to know what kind of barriers there are. They are marked in red, but you also have a yellow mark, green mark saying that the design of the door to the laundry room is appropriate. And this is something I would just want to highlight only one detail. This is something that our participants badly wanted to have. They did not only want to have the problems, they also wanted to know what is supportive in different kinds of environments. Once we had that prototype, we went into usability testing in Sweden and Latvia. Once again, we had to hire new staff, so we hired a postdoc who is also here in industrial design, who had experiences from usability testing from another field. And so we went into this and made a structured data collection individually as well as in group-based formats in both countries, with test panel participants that then were provided with Android, what do you say? What do we call them? Tablet, thanks, I lost the word, thanks. And used them during these test sessions, and they were video filmed, and we used different types of data collections, state-of-the-art data collections here. So some of the test results, the satisfaction with the usability of the app was from average to very good. Latvian participants found that the function related to the current dwelling was most usable because moving wasn't an option for them, at least they thought so, while Swedish participants were more prone to search for another alternative apartment. We did identify some challenges related to new member states. The housing provision situation is very different in a country like Latvia. As said, older people do not see the option of moving as realistic. There are differences in the housing standards and legislation situation. when it comes to financing of housing adaptation, I dare say that Sweden is one of the most advanced countries in that sense, while that is not existing in Latvia. And also the use of ICT tools among older people. The level is lower in Latvia than in Sweden. But we only did this in those two countries, so generalizing this to all new member states is of course not a valid conclusion, but still these are some challenges that presumably are valid also for other new member states. The future agenda for us is that we need now to define the potential users and uses in at larger scale. We would need to identify partners for future development and full-scale testing in practice context, not the least since this platform is dependent on having reliable data on real apartments in the database. And what is then the interest out there among the housing estate companies to really present that kind of data, to collect them, to make that effort? We need to market the app, we need to develop a business plan, and of course scaling up across Europe is something that's very important. And linking back also to Carol's presentation, research-wise, we also need to go into evaluations in terms of activity and then also extending healthy life years. Finally, I would like to thank the Lund team, and actually most of us are here today. And as said already, we do have the app with us, and we will be there around lunch, so please come up and have a look and see for yourself. Maybe you have to move, you never know. You have to click your profile, and if you think that, well, I don't have any functional limitations, one advice would be then, envisage yourself in 20 or 30 years and try to envisage what kind of functional profile do I think I have then, and then click and see. If you don't have to move now, you have to consider it well in advance. Thanks a lot.